Hello and welcome to our MIPA Summer Journalism Workshop 2020 Awards. We're so glad that you are here and joining us. It has been a great first 2 weeks of our session number 1 for our journalism workshop. I was so glad to see all of your faces when I was able to jump into some of your classes. I got to sneak a peek at a lot of your work, and I really enjoyed all the questions that you asked at our press conference. Not to mention the pet parade was on point. I really enjoyed our hedgehog and our cats and our bearded dragon. What we're going to do is we're going to go through our awards. We're going to talk a little bit about what's up and coming from MIPA, and then we'll send you guys off. So first up for our awards is Jeremy, who taught our podcasting class.
Thanks, SARA-BETH. My name is Jeremy Whiting. I'm the general manager at Impact 89 FM at Michigan State University, and I was really excited to be able to teach for the first time for the first virtual MIPA Summer Journalism Workshop. So we went through all sorts of things about podcasting, and we really had to adapt to this online environment, but we had such a great class, and they did amazing work throughout the whole thing. So it was great to hear the different types of podcasts they came up with, and it was always hard to select some people to give awards to, but I'm really, really proud of the work that everyone did, and I'd like to recognize a few people in particular. So the first one is the Master of the Radio Waves Award, and this person did an incredible job with their own podcast, but they were also very, very inquisitive about different ways of making their own radio station sound better through music and other production elements. So that is going to Rachel Fulton of Avondale High School. So congratulations, Rachel. Our second excellence award is the Guest Interviewer All-Star. And this person was always a great participant in the interviews that we had with some guest speakers. They had a lot of questions to ask and to contribute, and again, did great work on their own podcast. So I want to congratulate Wade Joseph of Bedford High School for getting that excellence award. And then finally, for excellence awards, I have the Editor Extraordinaire. And this person went above and beyond to help out others edit their podcasts and come together and edit a lot of things together. They produced some great podcasts, and that's going to Sophie Considine of Eisenhower High School. So congratulations to our Excellence Award winners. And now I get to present a SPARTY Award. So this is the highest award you can get in the class. And this year it's going to someone who was all around doing great work, constantly trying to do more to help others out, volunteering to take on extra tasks, including making our intro and outro for our collaborative podcast, which we're releasing on Monday. So be sure to check that out. It's called The Freshman, and it's collecting stories from all sorts of different people who are entering their freshman year of college. So that's the collaborative podcast everyone worked on. So I want to congratulate Samantha Drugel of Monroe High School as our SPARTY Award winner. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next up, we've got Jim, who taught our journalistic storytelling class.
Hi, everybody. One of the cool things about teaching these virtual workshops is that my dog gets to join me. This is Cinder, everyone. She didn't do the pet parade, but she's a big Great Pyrenees. And now I'm going to let her go so that I can talk to you in person. She will scratch at me for the entire time. My name is Jim STREISEL. I'm from Carmel High School in Carmel, Indiana. And I taught the journalistic storytelling class, which really is sort of like a journalistic boot camp for students who are relatively new at the journalistic process. We had a few folks who had some experience, but a lot who did not. And so we really started with those elements of news. Really are the basis of everything that we do as journalists, whether we're writing stories or taking photos or doing graphics, doing videos, podcasts, always is rooted in the elements of journalism. So never lose sight of that fact. And so we did a whole lot of projects throughout the 2 weeks. We got to interview a former WWE wrestler named Kevin Thorne. We got to hear from Trisha Bobita, who is a professional journalist and podcaster. And we did all kinds of projects and stories as a result. And there's my dog who's scratching at my arm. But we had a few folks who really stood out, I think, these last 2 weeks, although we had some fantastic work from everybody. I do want to recognize those folks who did some kind of above and beyond work over the course of the 2 weeks. The first award of excellence is for Journalism Storytelling Rockstar. This is a person who did fantastic work throughout the 2 weeks, really in every project that she did. And is really going to do some great things with staff when she gets back into school in the fall. And that is Anna Check from Grosse Pointe South High School. Another award of excellence I call the Curious Journalist Award. And this is a person who asked some fantastic questions throughout both weeks, not only to me, but to her peers, to the panelists during the press conference, during our profile time with Kevin Thorne. And that Curious Journalist Award goes to Anna Sturgeon from Cheryl Stockwell Preparatory Academy in Michigan. And then my final award of excellence, I'm calling the Great Participator. This is somebody who participated in really every event that we had, not just from class, but also we did Spirit Days over the 2 weeks. She participated in every event, and then also participated in some of those extra events that were out there as well. A great participator for me is Abby Henderson. And now I have one SPARTY award, and this is a person whose work really was an exemplar of really all of the things that we had talked about, from interviewing techniques to inverted pyramid storytelling to narrative story proposals and everything in between. This person is going to do some really, really great things with their staff in the coming year. And the SPARTY award for journalistic storytelling goes to Ahania Soni from Evanston Township High School in Illinois. So congratulations to all of the winners. It's been my pleasure teaching you these last 2 weeks.
Thank you, Jim. And now we've got Julie Price, who taught our Beyond the Basics photography class.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm Julie Price, and I've been a teacher at Hazlitt High School for the past 25 years, where I've taught journalism, newspaper, yearbook, and photojournalism. And interestingly enough, I am, as of 3 weeks ago, officially retired. So I'm still in shock by all of this. So with Beyond the Basics, our idea is that all of you came into this class wanting to be photojournalists. We approach things differently than just going out and taking snapshots. We are beyond the basics. And boy, I hit them all hard with photo composition, with learning the technicalities of cameras, and just really taking all of that in so that they can get the most out of their equipment. And then we moved on to practicing through a variety of shooting projects. And, you know, the challenge right now is that you can't really go out and shoot in a variety of places. So I got to see a lot of family and friends. And the cool thing about teaching photo online virtually is that I got to travel to all different places. So through these 2 weeks, we had some students who stood out, and everybody did a great job. I mean, everybody, I saw great improvement as we progressed through those 2 weeks, from, you know, everything out of focus and dark to taking in focus and properly exposed photos that were creative by the end. But I would like to recognize some students for some of their excellence in their work. The first award of excellence for her powerful portfolio goes to Sonia Barlow, a senior at Bloomfield Hills High School. She worked hard to learn the creative and technical skills to enhance her photography, and that diligence led to a strong body of work for over her 2 weeks. I especially loved her use of light. Her environmental portrait of her mother was shot in the evening on a lake and was absolutely stunning. A picture of her mom in a kayak with a really cool reflection on the water. The next award for excellence is for angling for the angle, and that goes to Lauren Devereaux of Eisenhower High School. Lauren asked really great questions. She did not hesitate to reach out if she was confused, learning about something with her camera, with a project. And I really appreciate that as a teacher, you know, especially we don't know each other, and asking questions, really putting yourself out there. But an outstanding element she added into her photos was use of angle. I'm pretty sure one of her photos included laying in the middle of the street, taking a photo of her subject on a skateboard. I didn't see any cars coming. Next award of excellence is for being a fearless and persistent photographer, and that goes to Eliana Robin, who will be starting her freshman year at Lake Orion High School. The first photo shoot Eliana went out on the very first day of class was a Black Lives Matter rally in her community. It's not easy putting yourself out there for photos in the midst of people you don't know, but she didn't hesitate. And then her camera started giving her trouble, but that didn't stop her either. She found it worked in total manual mode, so that's what she shot in. Unfortunately, Eliana ended up getting sick and actually being hospitalized. Nonetheless, she was in touch with me this morning asking questions about sports photography. So nice work, all three of you, and you're leaving with really beautiful portfolios. And finally, the SPARTY Award goes to Kayla Cantu of Rivera Early College in Brownsville, Texas. First off, Kayla was immediately impressive just by the fact she was awake and enthusiastically with us each morning, 10 a.m. Michigan time, 8 a.m. Texas. No big deal, she said. Her body of work through the 2 weeks was always top quality. I could tell she was really working to understand her camera and to be creative. Certainly some challenges during this time of coronavirus was getting out and doing photos. She took her environmental portrait subject out to do some photos at the tennis court and everything was locked up, but she made it work. She managed to find an open court a couple days later and do her sports photos. Kayla is editor-in-chief of her yearbook this next year, and she did just a fantastic job. I loved working with all of you, and you were a great introduction to my summer of retirement. So thank you.
Thank you, Julie. And next up, we've got Pam Bunka, who taught our Yearbook Essentials class.
My mic is muted. I'm Pam Bunka from Fenton High School. Actually, I am retired also. Much like Julie, I joined the ranks of being retired a year ago rather than just this year. And I must say, being able to teach at the summer workshop really helps me feel like I'm back in the classroom and working with kids, which is something I missed very, very much. And so this week, the past 2 weeks working with the Yearbook Essentials class, we tried to cover the broad spectrum of everything that is yearbook. We had beginning students who have never even been on staff before, up to 4-year members who are now serving as editor-in-chief for their 2021 edition. And we talked about things from theme and coverage to photography, to writing, and to design. So we tried to cover the gamut of all that is yearbook. Everyone worked so hard the past 2 weeks, so I too found it challenging to narrow my choices down just to 4 people, but I did, and I'd like to honor those students right now. First up, receiving an award of excellence is Abby Banks from Fenton High School. She is receiving the Ready to Lead Award. For the last 3 years, Abby has worked on her staff as a photographer, and this was her first introduction to design and to writing something more than just a 2-sentence caption. I know that she wanted to improve and be ready to fulfill her role as photo editor next year. And now I'm certain that she is prepared more than ever to lead her staff and help those new incoming students do a better job. So congratulations to Abby. Also receiving an award of excellence is Natalie Bonsack from Huron High School. Natalie is receiving the Outstanding Rookie Award. As I said earlier, during the last 2 weeks, we've covered just about everything that involves yearbook, and her work and level of classroom participation led me to believe that she was someone much more seasoned than an incoming freshman who had absolutely no experience on yearbook whatsoever. I often forgot that fact. There's no doubt in my mind that she will be a valuable member to her staff next year and in years to come. So congratulations to Natalie from Huron High School. Receiving the 3rd Excellence Award is Kobe Malkus from Charles E. Smith Jewish High School, day school in Maryland. Sorry, Kobe. There are several reasons why I felt Kobe had to receive an award of excellence. First of all, he's an outstanding writer and a designer and is very, very thoughtful in every single thing he does. He is also very experienced in leading a very busy schedule, and that's why he is receiving the Future Editor-in-Chief Award of Excellence. During the 2 weeks that we were meeting, he was also going to swim practice and continuing the baking business that he and his brother had started while they were in lockdown for COVID-19. So not only is he outstanding when it comes to his yearbook knowledge, he's also very good at balancing a very, very busy schedule. And what makes it even better for his staff and his advisor is that he's only going to be a sophomore next year. So congratulations to you, Kobe. And finally, the SPARTY Award, the best of the best, is going to be presented to Michelle Sharina from Huron High School. Michelle made the transition from newspaper online environment to that of yearbook just this summer. And she brought all those skills that she knew and was used to using, and then worked to make that transition into the yearbook environment. And I have to say, she has just been outstanding. During the past 2 weeks, she has used all that she learned on her newspaper staff and used her intuitive powers to help prepare for this new exciting position that she will have next year. Not only did she do a fantastic job completing assignments for class, she started writing the theme copy for the 2021 book. I'm sorry, my notes aren't as good as others, and met with CE and me several times during our office hours to make sure that what she was doing was right on target and to learn even more. One day, she even joined CE and me 2 times, once to get her questions answered, and then a second time to give some moral support for a friend who was in the class and had some questions too. And that's the kind of leader I think all advisors look for. So I cannot wait to see what she does with her 2021 book. And I'm so excited that Michelle is our SPARTY Award winner this year.
Thank you, Pam, and congratulations to everyone who participated in our 2-week Summer Journalism Workshop. For those of you who did win an Excellence Award or a Spartan Award, we'll be mailing those out sometime in early August. Speaking of cool things that you're going to be receiving, Jeremy Steele's going to talk to you a little bit about our new badge system and future events that MIPA is putting on this fall.
Hey, SARA-BETH, thanks. It's been wonderful to watch from the sidelines as everybody's been able to participate in our first ever online summer journalism workshop over the last 2 weeks. So I have a couple things to talk with you about. The first is later today, everybody who participated in our session 1 programs will be getting an email that includes a badge. With this first online program, we are launching a new online badging system for MIPA. We're launching it with the summer workshop. We hope that this will continue into the next school year as well. Everybody who registered and participated in the 2020 Summer Journalism Workshop will get the Find Your Voice badge. We have some other badges available, including a badge if you completed your coursework and participated fully in your class. And also each of our Award of Excellence and SPARTY Award winners will also get a badge for their honors. These badges are run on the Open Badge framework. We're using Badger, and we'll get information to you about how you can use Badger and the backpack tool that Badger offers to track your badges and keep them and share them with others. One of the cool things about this badge system is it isn't just a pretty logo that you get to put places, but these logos, when they're saved in the Badger system, actually are tied to criteria and to verification that you've completed the various programs that you earned the badge for. So it's something that you can use with your LinkedIn profile and with your portfolios going on into the future to show that you have these skills to future employers or colleagues or whoever you want to share those with. Speaking of badges, we hope we'll be able to offer some badges as we move into the new school year. Usually we do a big fall conference in Lansing in October. The kind of ongoing issue with the pandemic is going to mean that we aren't able to do that this fall, but instead we're going to be looking at ways to do programming online through vehicles like what you've experienced over the last 2 weeks, but probably in a shorter format, direct to either you at home or your school. So keep in touch with MIPA, follow us on social media, watch our website for more information about that. And with that, I'm going to send it back to SARA-BETH.
Thanks. Now that you've finished your summer workshop, what's next? Well, if you really want some more MIPA in your life, there is a session 2 that starts on Monday. So feel free to go to MIPA.msu.org to check out the different offerings that we have. We've got a few spots left in some of our classes. For those of you that are interested in continuing to communicate with kids across the state and nation, we do have a cohort that you can join. Again, go to our website and there you can join, and you can join a group me where you can talk with other students who are journalists about what's going on in your classroom, what's going on in your world, and get support in that way. Another thing that our seniors should be thinking about is creating a portfolio for our All MIPA Award. This is for students who want to showcase the work they've done the past few years, whether it's in photography, design, writing, social media, broadcast. Information on that top award is also on the website. Something else you might want to think about, if you've got a standout advisor or administrator that's been helping you through this pandemic, or just in general, you can nominate them for the Golden Pen or the Administrator of the Year Award. Lastly, before we sign off, I want to thank all of our instructors, our assistants who helped our instructors, and mostly Jeremy Steele, who made this possible for us. So thank you, Jeremy. And there's our instructors. Thank you all for joining on this journey to do a virtual workshop. I feel that the students that we had have gotten so much out of it. I know I have, just from sitting in on your classes. So I wanted to thank you one more time for all that you have done the past 2 weeks. With that said, we are set. MIPA 2020. Everybody have a great rest of your summer.
Congratulations, everybody.